guys, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today is Thursday, December the 19th, and today's review is going to be coming out of the Laughing Dog Brewing Company out of Ponderay, Idaho. And it's actually the first time that I've tried anything by Laughing Dog, but I stopped off a few days ago at one of the liquor stores here in town, and I noticed that they had a slightly bigger selection of craft beer than the last time that I stopped in there. So I browsed around a bit, saw several decent beers, but this specific beer caught my attention, and I thought, you know, what the hell, never had anything from this brewery, so I'm gonna go ahead, pick it up, take it home, and try it, and if I like it, I'll do a review. So anyway, like I said, I brought it home, tried it, and I'll just say that it was pretty damn good, guys. But I will save that for the review. Like I said, it comes out of the Laughing Dog Brewing Company, and it's their India Pale Ale, which I'm a big fan of. It's probably my favorite style of beer. And anyway, I checked this thing out on Beer Advocate, and I can't really remember exactly what all Beer Advocate had to say. It wasn't a whole lot. They didn't tell the IBUs or anything like that. But Beer Advocate, I think, gave it a score of like 83, which is relatively good. So anyway, I checked it on Rate Beer. I've been using Rate Beer a lot lately, just so everyone knows. So if you hear me talk a lot about Rate Beer, you know why. They seem to have more information on a lot of the beers that I've been trying lately, so I've been using it a lot more. So anyway, and by the way, cheers to all the guys at Rate Beer. You guys are doing a wonderful job. So anyway, back to the review. Rate Beer gives it a score for this particular beer. They give it a score of 93, which is good. Very good, actually, for Rate Beer. They tend to rate pretty low. So anyway, they give it an 87 for the style. Do not know what the IBU is. I'll say that it's probably a safe bet that it's somewhere, I would say, in like the 70s or low 80s for the bitterness. But anyway, I went ahead and I rated it on here as well, and rated it semi-high. I gave it a near perfect score. Like I said, I tried it first. I normally don't do that, but I wasn't actually planning on doing a review at first, and I thought, you know what, this beer is pretty damn good, so I'll go ahead and I'll review it for all my watchers of the YouTube lands. So anyway, Rate Beer, like I said, gives it a score of 93 for this specific beer. It comes in with a 6.5% alcohol by volume. It says it's to be served in a shaker or tulip glass. And let's see what it says on here. It says it has an intense hop aroma with a strong malt body followed by a smooth, clean finish. Do not know what kind of hops they use. I do know, wait a minute, yes I do. If I'm not mistaken, they use Cascade, they use Simcoe, Citra, and one other, I can't remember. It's like 4 different hop varieties. But they said that their hops and barley comes from the fields of Yakima. Let's see. It says it's a very balanced beer with complex malt flavors. It says it's to be served cool, but not ice cold, so as not to subdue the hop aroma, which that's a given. I mean, I never, unless I'm just going to sit down and enjoy a beer as I'm grilling a steak or something, I will drink it ice cold, but most of the time I let it sit for a while before I drink, for say like a review or something, because it's best to be served around 40 to 50 degrees, 50 degrees tops, degrees Fahrenheit, that is, for all you European listeners out there. So anyway, enough of the bullshit, guys. Let's go ahead and let's crack this thing open and let's take a look at it. And I'm going to be serving this in a tulip glass. So let's go ahead and let's pour. Alright. Big pour. I'm getting, let's see, I've got about a good 2.5 finger of creamy off-white head, very carbonated, mild head retention. It's starting to die down just a fair amount. I'm getting a lot of carbonation bubbles coming up from the bottom, and also a lot of hot particles floating there. So this thing is beautiful, guys. It pours a lot lighter as far as the color as a typical IPA. Typical IPAs are usually more of a dark golden amber. This is more of a lighter yellow, a lighter golden color, but it's very, I wouldn't say very, but it's semi-translucent. It's not very hazy, but there is a lot of carbonation bubbles, a lot of hot particles floating in there. It's maintaining a decent amount of head, a little bit of lacing I can see on the side of the glass, but all in all, this is a beautiful beer, guys. Beautiful beer. As you can see, very, very nice head on this thing, very colorful, bright body. So let's put a nose on it. Yeah, this is a very hop forward. They use a lot of citrus, hot style hops as far as the aroma. A little bit of pine, a very, very, very slight bit of caramel malt sweetness, but not very much. I'm getting a lot of tropical fruit, some grapefruit, a little bit of orange zest, but mostly tropical fruit like mango and pineapple coming right up front, guys. But the first thing I notice is it's got a very citrusy, slight floral nose on it. Very beautiful, very delicious smelling, guys. Very tasty. But yeah, after it sits in the glass for a minute, I'm getting a lot of the tropical fruit. But like I said, very, very citrusy. The slight pine, a little bit of floral characteristics right up front. But after it sits for a minute, I'm getting a lot of tropical style fruit, mango, pineapple, passion fruit, and whatnot. But it's delicious, guys. Delicious smelling. The head's diminished down to about a finger's worth. Decent lacing on the side of the glass. It's a very carbonated but yet creamy head. So anyway, enough of that, guys. Let's go ahead and let's take a taste and see what it tastes like. Very, very hoppy, very hop forward, guys. Spotty lacing on the side of the glass, nothing major. It's not like Stone. Stone leaves a thick lacing on the glass, but this is a little different from the other day when I tried it. It's very hop forward, very bitter. I would say this beer is up around 80 IBU. But I'm getting a very bitter, hot bite right up front, a lot of pine, a little bit of citrus. Not as much citrus on the palate as it is on the nose. I'm getting more pine, more earthy characteristics in the taste. It's a very dry, it's a medium-high bodied beer, but very bitter. Kind of in midways down, I'm getting the tropical fruit. I'm tasting a lot of pineapple, a lot of mango. Excuse me. A little bit of a hint of banana, but mostly mango, pineapple, a lot of pine, a lot of earthy characteristics. It's got a lot of hop resins, hop oils on the palate. It's very sticky in my mouth. It's a very dry, medium to heavy bodied beer. A lot of people on Beer Advocate and rate beers, say that this is not a very complex beer. I beg to differ. This thing is full of different characteristics. You know, like I said, I'm getting a lot of earthy characteristics, pine notes, floral notes, yet I'm getting a lot of tropical fruit, mango, passion fruit, pineapple, a little banana. Very, very delicious, guys. I would actually say that this is one of the best IPAs that I've had in ages. This would be right up there with Stone. Stone and Sierra Nevada Torpedo. The Stone, Sierra Nevada Torpedo, hard to say. This is probably a tie with Bridgeport IPA, right under Stone and Sierra Nevada. I would say this one and Bridgeport IPA are neck and neck. This may even be a little bit tastier than Bridgeport, and that's a hard thing for me to say because I love that beer. But this thing is tasty, guys. Laughing Dog India Pale Ale. If you see this in stores, guys, pick it up. I paid dearly for this 6-pack. I'm ashamed to say how much I paid for it. I thought I was getting a deal when I walked in. They were charging, at first I thought it was going to be $10.99, you know, and I thought I paid more than that for a 6-pack. No, I checked the sign after the fact. They rang me up and it was $2.89 for a single. It was close to like 16 bucks for this 6-pack. That I'm embarrassed to say that I paid this much, but I wouldn't say that it's definitely worth it, but it's almost worth it, guys. This beer's delicious. This is right up there with the best. This is definitely on my top 5 favorite beers. Laughing Dog India Pale Ale, guys. I'm gonna take one last chug of this beer, and I'm gonna let you guys go for the day. We're nearing the weekend, getting close to the holidays. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. As always, drink safe, drink responsible, don't do anything crazy, and cheers, guys.